Hello, African parents. I don't know if you're on social media or you're on TikTok, but lately I've been seeing a lot of videos about how some of African parents are really tough on their teenagers. These videos are coming from usually teenagers or children who are just above 18, and they talk about the experience of how they were treated by their African parents. Who were really strict. Some of them didn't give them a chance to even explain themselves when they were wrong. Especially when you're a firstborn, you go through all these tough times with your parents. Now, my problem with these videos is that is probably, these kids are actually are probably just venting out their anger at their parents. However, it seems to me like some of the situations are things that they could have easily spoken to their parents. I've seen cases where someone has put something that to me was a very minor situation, where the lastborn is usually favored over the firstborn. It is not fair, but it doesn't mean your parents do not love you. As African parents, let's be vigilant, let's watch, let's be careful of what our teenagers are watching on social media, because the comments that come under some of these videos are actually scary. Some of these children are being advised to run away from home. Some are being advised to just go to uni, move out, if they're above 18, they should do what they need to do. They're adults. It is actually scary that we could end up losing our children because of probably the way we're bringing them up. Sometimes some of these children really test you. I mean, I've got almost a 9-year-old, and sometimes, they start coming up with attitude. When they're getting near the teenage years, they start coming up with attitude. As much as we were trained in a very tough environment, some of us, our parents, it was kind of a tough love. They loved us. They were trying so we don't go out there and become naughty or cause trouble. So they trying everything they can so the society doesn't tell them, oh, you didn't bring up your child well, or you are the reason your child became this and that. So they're sometimes forced to be tough. We can change the narrative as to do better than maybe some of our parents. Some were extra tough. We took that spare the rod and spoil the child from the Bible. Some parents actually took it literally. They beat the hell out of you. Some of these children have been through it. Though they were born here, they're being treated like they were born back home in Africa. You can't take that kind of training from most African parents. As teenagers, you would realize your parents are probably a bit tough. Sometimes they don't listen to you. So if you're watching some of these videos and you see your fellow teenagers putting these things online, try not to always go by what they've put out there. Analyze your parents and see if your parents are actually treating you this way. If your parents have done something that you're not happy about, by all means try and speak to them. Even if you sit with them and they don't listen to you, trust me, at the end of the day they take something from what you've said. African parents find it tough to admit they're wrong, but trust me, sometimes you do something to your child and then as a parent you sit down and feel like, oh, maybe I was too tough, or maybe I should have done it this way, or should have done it much better than how I handled it. So as parents, let's be vigilant. Let's be careful what our children are watching on TikTok and other social media sites, and let's also try and do better and listen to them, so they don't go out there to seek advice from people outside. Otherwise, at the end of the day, we're going to end up losing them. We're going to end up losing that rapport we're trying to build between us. Try and speak to them and you would understand the things they're bottling up. Otherwise, someone out there would tell them what to do. And at the end of the day, you're going to lose your child. So, yeah, if you just keep an eye. I know some parents are on TikTok. My mom is always on TikTok. And a lot of teenagers, even some are not up to 18, but TikTok allows them to create accounts and watch videos and whatnot. So yeah, let's just be vigilant, so we don't lose our children. Okay.